Hi, this is Josh Arnett for Children's Literature, talking about my reading log assignment for this week. This week I chose to read A Ball for Daisy by Chris Raschka, published or copyright 2011. It's a picture book and it is a wordless book. Children ages 3 to 7 years old. And before I get into the book, I just want to mention that the tool we have this week, I forget the name of it offhand, but that lets you look through all the award-winning books, filter by all those different things. I think is a really great tool to have for when you're looking for a specific type of book, which is exactly what I used it for. Having done the reading about wordless books, and I couldn't remember ever having read one, if read is even the appropriate word for that. I wanted to take a look at one that won an award and get an idea of what that was about, and I was not disappointed. A Ball for Daisy is a story of a dog named Daisy who has a red ball that she really loves. She plays with it all the time. When her owner, who's a little girl, takes her outside to play, they play with the ball, have fun throwing it around, playing fetch, all that good stuff dogs love. Then one day another dog gets a hold of it, plays with it a little bit, and breaks the ball, and Daisy becomes very sad. And actually, the illustrations in that section, just a series of these 8 pictures where Daisy is looking at just the limp remains of this ball, and the background color goes from like this bright yellow, start having blues edge in, and the last frame or picture on the sequence is just sort of this dark brown frame of Daisy mourning for the loss of her ball. And for a while, Daisy is very sad about this, just sort of sleeps alone on the couch. The little girl comes over and pets her, but she doesn't, get all excited. Until finally they run into that other dog again, the brown dog, and their owner has gotten Daisy a new ball. It's a blue ball, and Daisy, loves that ball just the same. And the sort of the moral of the story is about friendship, and how friendship is more important than material things, and which I think is a great lesson for children in this age, 3 to 7 years old. They're just starting, to form friendships with other children, going to school for the first time, learning to share, and that can be really anxious for a lot of children, having to share their things with somebody else. And I can relate to the worry that if you let someone else use your thing, they're going to break it or they're going to do something to it, and it's not going to be the same. And I like that this book doesn't shy away from that. It doesn't try to say, oh, you're worried someone will break it, but that's not going to happen, because the reality is that absolutely happens. And we shouldn't lie to kids and say, oh, it's nothing's ever going to be broken, because it's not true. You get kids playing with stuff, they're going to break things. It happens. And so instead of shying away from that, this book acknowledges that and says, yeah, that could happen. But friendship is more important than worrying about material things. And along with that is sort of the secondary lesson that if you do break something, or if you do make any sort of mistake, make it right. And that will go a long way to, healing relationships, healing trust, all that kind of stuff. And so the activity I came up with for this book was a little bit different, and I haven't thought of a way to tie it into any sort of other area yet. But the idea was that you would have children, bring something of their own that they really like, a favorite toy, favorite stuffed animal, something, bring it in and put them into groups or into pairs and have them share, this is my favorite stuffed teddy bear or whatever, and I got it for my birthday, and this is why it's important to me, and coach them through sharing. I thought would be a really interesting way to take the lesson from this book and put it into their real lives, encouraging them to explain how to safely play with it. Don't pull the arms, or if it's an action figure, be careful with the moving parts, or whatever the case may be. Walking them through that process, which, yeah, so that's my thoughts on A Ball for Daisy by Chris Raschka. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Looking forward to what you all read this week, and